In a world of increasing mental health challenges, psychology and faith can both provide tools for healing and wellness. This is the idea behind Journey on My Mind. Each episode, our panel of pastors and therapists sit down together to share their experiences and insights on the modern world's mental health issues: depression, loneliness, aging, addiction, and so much more. Join us now as we explore what it means to thrive at the complex intersection of spirit and psychology.
How are you today, Dave?
I am good.
Well, welcome to Journey on My Mind.
Thank you.
We're doing a couple shorts today.
We're wearing shorts.
Yes,
today.
we are. I am. You're not.
So we're recording right around 4th of July, and I know this will roll out later, but I just want to I'll ask a question and I'll make a comment.
You're going to preempt my comment?
Yeah. Well, what was your comment? What were you going to say? Do you like the 4th of July as a holiday? I've come to a realization about this recently. That's why I'm bringing it up.
It's fine. It's not high on the list.
I hate it.
You hate it. Well, it does freak my dog out.
That's part of it. There's nothing good about it. I mean, I love the concept. Like, yay,
Celebrate,
America.
yes.
I'm all yay, America.
Yes, celebrate.
But
yeah,
it's hot.
Yes.
The dogs freak out.
Yeah.
If you're going to go see fireworks, you're going to be in like 10 million people, like traffic. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't care for it.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. Do you go and see fireworks?
We always try to find like some parking lot that you can park at, and then
you and Ellen.
Yeah. And we're going with another couple.
Oh.
They swear that they found the spot.
Okay.
And I'm like, every time people say they found the spot, that it's an undiscovered spot, it's not.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to get there. There's going to be a million
people there. Right.
Right. It's not.
Right.
But that's the plan.
Okay.
And again, I hate it because it's like we'll probably not be able to do it. But anyway, I just thought I'd comment on that.
Yeah. I don't remember when the last time was we went to fireworks. If I can see them from like standing in my backyard, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think it's probably because of the...
Yeah, I love fireworks in
crowds.
concept.
Yeah.
If I could teleport into...
Yes.
And out. Cool.
Right.
But you can't do it.
Right.
You're just there. It's like 98 degrees all day. And
yeah.
You're around a bunch of sweaty people.
Ooh.
No offense to sweaty people.
None. All people are sweaty. But go either way on 4th of July. I generally like summer. I like summer.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Tennessee is testing me on that.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. The last couple of summers have been,
Yep. I have associations with summer being good because I grew up at the beach in Virginia Beach.
Uh-huh.
But so part of the thing with 4th of July is like it's associated now with like hassle, whereas before we could just walk 3 blocks down to the beach and we could, hang out. And now it's like you got to do a bunch of stuff. Right. It's no fun.
Yeah, I grew up in a small town in northern Minnesota, and we would literally sit in our front yard and watch the fireworks that were going off.
That's cool.
Wherever it was, and it was fine. We never went anywhere, literally.
As one should not do.
Right.
All right. Off we go.
Yes, off we go. So we are going to do a couple shorts today.
Sweet.
And we got a request from someone on the text line. Where'd it come from? Old Slack.
Sounds like a horse.
Yes. And Old Slack came through. But
ripping off the shorts.
Oh, okay. Yes. There seems to be this ongoing conversation around adult children and relationship with your adult children or lack thereof, and how do you help them? How do you maintain relationship? And I think with that has come there's a new phenomena that we're experiencing where people are just like, okay, I'm done with my parents now. And they kind of just shut it down. And so I think that was the heart by which that request came, but there's so much baggage to unpack with that that I think we'll
do that on part 2.
We'll do that on part 2. Okay. What do you want to do on part 1?
Let's talk about where we are with parenting adult children.
Okay.
Culturally. Okay. Because I think that we need to set some context here.
Yeah.
And it's important. And I think the thing I'm going to struggle with today is being focused because I've got my mind's just going in different directions about what we could cover.
Okay.
But we alluded to this before in a previous podcast, maybe last time, about development for people and how that has changed culturally.
Right. Yeah.
And it used to be that people hit adolescence, and then after adolescence, once they figured themselves out, in theory, then they hit this sort of young adulthood where it's all about like, I'm carving my own way
in the
all this
world.
stuff.
Right.
And everybody agrees that developmental time has been pushed out. So what used to be something that happened at 19 is now happening at 26, 27. And it's easy to blame young adults for that, but that's not wise and right.
No, right.
So I just want to set this in a little bit of context of what's happening.
Okay.
First of all, and I'm not going to load up a bunch of statistics, but I'll drop a few things. A big thing is housing. The cost for housing is so much greater.
Yeah.
And I don't mean just in terms of pure numbers, pure dollars.
Yeah.
I mean in terms of proportionate to income.
Yes.
So
percentage-wise.
Right. Yeah. So back in the day, your parents could afford a house.
Yeah.
And have a modest income.
Yeah.
And now the average person makes $25,000 less than the average home cost in terms of what they would need per year.
Right. Which is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's a big
rent is stupid.
Right. Yeah. Rent is stupid. Yeah. It is. So
it's just off the charts, like expensive.
So there's all these things that are around housing. That's a biggie to start with that are affecting your relationship with your adult kids, whether or not they're living independently and you're having to support them partially,
right.
Whether they can't afford it at all and they have to live with you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a biggie. What percent of young adults in that sort of 18 to 30 range do you think live with their parents now?
Oh,
I have this number.
Well, we have a peanut gallery.
Do we want to pull the peanut gallery?
Yep, I want to pull the peanut gallery.
Think about all young adults.
Percentage of young adults.
All young adults.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying under 30.
40%.
Yes. What's your guess?
Edwin. 48. This is like Price is Right.
I'm gonna say 25.
25.
Yeah.
52.
Oh,
Holy cow!
But what that means is over half of young adults, people under 30, are living with their parents. That hasn't happened since before World War II.
Wow.
It hasn't happened since the last time it was that high was pre World War II.
Uh-huh. And
So-
that was because of the Depression.
Yep.
Yep.
So talking about Depression era stuff. So that's another cultural shift that comes from cost of living, housing in particular.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, here's another thing. Student debt, 67% of young adults say that they have delayed major purchases, house, car, etc., because of student debt.
Yeah.
30% of young adults' income, on average, goes to paying off debt. Compared to their parents, it was 11%.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's a biggie. So those are economic realities. There are also social realities that have to do with social media and all the things that go with being screen attached.
Yeah.
And of 18 to 24-year-olds, so the younger part of the young adults, over half, 57%, say that they are lonely. They use that term to describe themselves.
Okay.
So there's significant loneliness and a feeling of disconnection.
And half of them are still living at home.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of overlap. It's not entirely overlapping, but yeah.
Okay.
So I just want to set that out first to say what we're talking about now is not what we would have talked about with parents and young adults.
No.
In 1990, 2000, even 2010.
Right.
It's a different world.
Yeah, it is a different world.
All right.
Yep.
So let's now on the parent side talk about this.
How many of them are still living at home?
Or in a home.
Let's not be specific. Okay.
Yeah. So can I put you on the spot?
Please.
You have young adult children.
I do.
I do. Chris now does. How old's your kiddo?
I have a 22-year-old.
22 and a 20-year-old. Nice. Okay, perfect. That's prime time, baby.
That's why he's sitting here.
All right. So I have 4 kids that are roughly 30 plus or minus.
Yeah.
They're all like
Yeah.
bunched in there. It's like 28, 29, 30, 31, something like that.
Right.
Like I never know where it starts and where it's
Yeah.
either 28, 29, 30, 31 or so on. It's somewhere in there. And
mine are 33 and 36.
Okay, good. So it's sort of a little bit of stair steps.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the, as a parent, what are some of the things that you have found? And I don't even mean that you struggle with necessarily, but just are issues that come up with parenting a young adult.
It was, that's when, and I think this has to do also a little bit with how we exercise our faith a little bit, where they are in how they engage with God. But when they were younger, and in their 20s and getting married and doing that whole thing, it was a lot of coaching. There was a lot of like helping them navigate finances, helping them navigate the next move, helping them with those kinds of things. And then as the problems change when they have kids and when they and so I largely take the role of coach in their life. And the realization is you make yourself available, but you wait for them to ask.
Yeah,
is where I was going to go.
Okay.
Rather than trying to offer something they're not asking for. And at times, and they've made mistakes, and I made mistakes, and we've kind of navigated those things. But it's a learning process on how to move from being their parent to being a peer. I think. Okay,
very good. I've got a good friend who is a family therapist, and he's written a couple books about family therapy, and he's got this notion of there's some families that he calls them centrifugal and some that he calls centripetal.
Okay.
All right.
That's a new word.
And centrifugal obviously is to fling out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Centrifugal.
Yep.
And centripetal is to pull in.
Got you.
And so,
I would probably land in the other category.
Right. So some families, the culture of the family is off you go.
Yeah.
Right? It's the expectation.
Yep.
You launch, you fly, you go free.
Yep.
And then other families, the culture of the family is you stay here. It's kind of, we always joke about Long Island families, right? It's like the Long Island culture of like, you just stay there and you work there and you grow up and you have your same high school friends and all that stuff.
And you die there.
Yeah. And what I would argue is that culturally we've moved to more the norm being centripetal families that are pulling people like, don't go away.
Okay.
Stay here.
Yeah.
And that's a shift from where it was a few generations ago, which is go, go, go.
Right.
So it's interesting when I think about my own family. My family was definitely a centripetal family. It was, you grew up in Virginia Beach and you lived in Virginia Beach and you stayed there, and everybody is within 20 minutes of each other.
Wow.
With very few exceptions, including me. Right. I'm an exception to that.
Yeah.
But my brother's still there.
Yeah.
His friends are all his high school friends. They're all great.
Yeah.
My aunts and uncles, for the most part, a few exceptions, would live near where my parents lived and so on.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. I'm not criticizing it as much as saying, so that was the culture that I grew up in, and I was like, I'm off I go.
Yeah.
And that was the culture of my family with me and Ellen, is that our kids, the expectation was...
Yeah.
So when we moved from Charlotte to Nashville 10 years ago, I always joke that we went from this 5-bedroom house to this 2-bedroom apartment, and we were in the witness protection program.
From your children.
From our kids. We were fleeing our children. And by the way, I don't think any of my kids are listening, but if you are, I love you all. I do. 3 of the 4 of them found us. They're here. Man. One of them has found us also, but he's still in Charlotte.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I love them. But but the expectation was you. But I look among my peers, and especially a generation or a half generation below me, and it's very much back to the
stay close.
Stay close.
Yeah.
Some of that's just the reality we talked about, right? It's just the economic realities.
Right. It's the nature of the beast. Yeah. But I grew up in a home that was go do your thing. Yeah. Yeah. It was free range. Everything was free range. So I was raised kind of like, oh, you're here, and then there's when we raised our kids, we were closer, but there was also the expectation, you're going to go to college, you're going to go and do this, and you're not going to go to college next door, you're going to go to college somewhere else, you're going to,
right.
And it definitely put in their brains, oh, we can go anywhere we want.
Yeah.
And they did.
Peanut gallery.
Is there
Chris.
a gender specific thing going on here too, where girls are more likely to stay at home?
No.
Because as a girl dad, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
oh, I got to take care of them.
Right.
But,
Right.
That might be a parent anxiety thing, but it's not. The question was whether it's gender specific, and I don't think.
No, both of my kids were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
one male, one female.
I think part of what we're going to get to is there's an anxiety around parents of young adults now that then makes it harder for them to go, off you go, because the perception is that it's a scarier world, which is a misperception.
I think so too. Yeah.
But yeah, I think about my family of origin, and there was never. It was like they wanted me to have a good life, but there was never any like, you're going to go launch.
Right.
Have I ever said on the podcast about the extent of my parents' involvement in advising for college? Have I ever talked about this? Okay, here's the story. It's like a under 1 minute story.
Yeah. Okay.
Here it is. We go to visit Janet and Louis Schmidt. Me and my dad.
Yeah.
We leave. We get in the car. He's in the driver's seat. I'm in the passenger seat. I'm about 17 years old. And for no reason, there's no context. It didn't come up previously.
Yeah.
He goes, David, because that's how he talked. David.
He had a radio voice.
No, it's sort of a, David.
Yeah.
Why don't you go to Virginia Tech and study engineering? And I said, well, because I hate math and I would not want to be an engineer. And he went, okay, put the car in drive, took off. The end. And scene. Never talked about college again. Before, after. That was it.
That was it.
Right. So it wasn't a lot of like, we're preparing you for this.
No, my parents were on the other end of that spectrum.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I told you this story or
I don't
not.
know.
This was my conversation with my dad about college.
Okay.
I have 3 older siblings, all in college. I'm the youngest. I'm the 4th. I'm kind of a putz at school, according to him.
Putz.
So he says, okay, I want to talk to you about what's next. And I'm like, okay, what's next? I'm just assuming I'm going to college. But they never talked about college. But this is the only time. Well, he goes, I want you to sit down where my mom's sitting there. They're having coffee. I sit at the breakfast table. He goes, look, Kev, we both know you're not the brightest bulb in the bunch.
No, we both know this.
Yes.
Come on now.
I'm like,
let's face facts here.
and I'm thinking in my mind,
Oh, no.
where is this going?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. He goes, your grades are at best average. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So just, your mother and I have talked. My mom's crying, by the way. My mom's sitting there.
Oh, boy.
Tears running down her face. We've made a decision about, he had helped my 3 siblings through college. And, we've decided we're not going to help you with college because you're not college material.
Wow.
Yep.
And that was it.
Well, I said, okay. I left. I didn't really say much. I didn't know what to say. So I left the room, went and talked to my guidance counselor at school.
Mm-hmm.
Said, I'd really like to go to college. Can I get into college somewhere? Da, da, da. My dad thinks I ought to go in the military. That was the other thing he said. And he goes, okay. So he told me, he said, you need to go back and ask your dad one question. And I said, okay. He said, just ask him if he'll cut you loose and not claim you on his taxes next year.
Okay.
And I said, I'll do that. And I said, I want to go to college. Cut me out. Just, I'll move out. I'll do whatever. And so that I'm basically emancipated and I can get help. That's how I went to college.
Oh, wow. That is the story, man.
Yeah. So I left home when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
Spin them out, man.
Yeah, you did it. You did it. Yeah. So one of the takeaways is, and I know we're going to wrap up in a second. One of the takeaways is to assess, so what's the culture of your own family?
Right.
Is it a family that the culture, whether it's stated or not, is that you need to stay here or you have to, or you have no other choice? Or is it a culture of you need to launch? And I'm not saying one is the only right way to go. But it's good to sort of assess what messages are we sending our kids around launching and independence and proximity and all that kind of stuff. There are other issues around grief that don't get talked about a lot with young adults, of like, I'm losing this relationship, or at least the proximity to the person that I'm really close with. There's a tendency to want to step in and not be coach, but want to be controlling more than you should. And a lot of that comes from an attempt to manage anxiety. Like you see the kid, like, they're struggling with income and they're like, I want to get a $700 tattoo. And you're like, yeah, whatever.
Don't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of stuff.
Right.
They're the themes around money and how much of it is a true need versus how much do we undermine our kids by financial support. Later, there are themes of dealing with their partners and the family of the partners, the in-laws. And then there's
those are fun.
And then there's also the whole sense of, for 18 or however many years, and in some cases longer if this has been, more than one kid, where one of your primary identities is parent. And now all of a sudden it's like, ooh. It's like day to day you're a parent, and now day to day you're not the same. So those are all themes that come up a lot around.
In Christendom, it comes up a little differently.
How so?
Is that, especially if you grew up in at least some kind of fundamental background, there's this idea that you honor your parents. There's this idea that, and with that comes a lot of guilt. Am I honoring my parents? And so that it does do fracturing to the relationship if there's a sense of dishonoring, a sense of not being able to be what they expect you to be. I obviously didn't uphold my end of the deal and my parents' ideal of what it meant to go to school. And so there was this...
before you launched?
Okay. Because they came to the conclusion that, we have 3 other children that we're going to help, and we're not going to help you. So there was a definite... I remember walking away from that conversation thinking, man, I must have failed this somewhere along the line, right? And then as I got older, I realized what happened. But that's a different... But in the faith community, you couldn't really say anything about how you're being treated or how that works. And so that's where I think the church needs to kind of help in this equation is to be able to explain how to move from having an adolescence conversation with your child to having an adult child conversation, even around this idea of faith. The other thing that if you're having anxiety about releasing your kids, talk to somebody. Also
recognize it as anxiety.
Yes.
A lot of parents don't even know how to name it as anxiety. They just think they're just being a good parent. And that they need to... And
there's a lot of nervous energy around that. And they overcompensate. But the other piece of that is that for me, I got in the habit of praying for my kids all the time, like just praying for them and releasing them over and over and over again into the hands of God. And in doing that, when they left, I was like, next step, I'm just turning them over. It was sad the days they left. But at the same time, it was like, okay, this is the natural progression of our relationship moves to this place where you go and you now are an adult. Now our relationship changed and we respect each other. We move into this different phase of our relationship, but it was a constant state of prayer.
Yeah. Cool. Another thing that we need to talk about is this whole movement of estrangement and cutting off your parents. And that's worth its own
time
conversation. So we'll pick it up next time.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Journey on My Mind. If you enjoyed it, please help us spread the word by leaving us a review and sharing it on your social media. Journey on My Mind is a production of Journey Church in Brentwood, Tennessee. Edwin Rivera III is the show's producer with technical assistance from Randy Hansen. Grant Opperman edits the show. If you have a suggestion for a future topic or a question, you can text us at 615-861-9503. And if you would like to talk to someone about spiritual or mental health issues, you can email our care pastor, Sam Barnhart, at sam@journeytn.com.